but you will remember me. Remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. Mummified my teenage dreams. No, it's nothing wrong with me. The kids are all wrong, the stories are wrong. Heavy metal broke my heart. Come on and let me in. Bruises on your thighs like my fingerprints. This is for the match, the darkness that you felt. I never meant for you to fix yourself. Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me. Remember me for centuries. We've been here forever, and here's the frozen through. I could scream forever. We are the poison Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. We'll go down in memory for centuries. You're so pretty, but you're a gem. We'll go down in memory for centuries. You're so pretty, but you're gone so soon.
Fame is in the front seat, trouble with the curb. Love is in the back seat, singing like a bird. Oh no, take me to the good life. Stranger on the mountain, hanging on your words. Walking in a nightmare, everything is blurred. Oh no, take me to the good times. Don't forget what you told me. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Watching, waiting, my prey is praying. There's no escaping. My blood's pumping. I go 100. The hunter, the hunted. Robbers in the spaceship, crashing through the air. Devils in the details, leopards in your hair. Oh no, I can see the future. Take another picture, drop it on your tongue. Let your body burn down, breathe it in your lungs. Oh no, take me to your leader. Don't forget what you told me. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Watching, waiting, my prey is praying. There's no escaping. My blood's pumping.
me, baby, don't you see I'm shining? 'Cause when I let me, baby, don't you see I'm shining? 'Cause when I let me, baby, don't you see I'm shining? 'Cause when I let me, baby, don't you see I'm shining? 'Cause when I let me, baby, don't you see I'm shining? 'Cause when I let me, baby, don't you see I'm shining?
The Tanki Online Light Summer Tournament. Today's match between Invincible and Team Pointers will be deciding which team moves on to the grand finals tomorrow. I am joined with Ben and Loyalty, who will be commentating with me today.
Hey, Tospins. Hey, Ben.
What's up? I'm excited for this match.
Yeah, it's looking good. It's these teams have had a long journey throughout this light summer tournament, and we're nearing the end.
Yeah, grand final, as Taspins mentioned, will be happening tomorrow. I believe at the same time. So hopefully, after we determine the second team that will be joining Laws in the grand final tomorrow, we will see you all there. But for now, let's focus on these two teams. Today, we are watching Team Pointers versus Invincible. On Team Pointers, we have Mr. Wanka without Lenyumal. Actually, I don't know. They have 7 players in the match right now. I don't know who's going to leave. But Shame, Kusu, Pop, and Immortal Hero Dao.
And on Invincible, we have Ed, Burning Desire, GG Reg, Mulado1, I.LV, and Champ.
I usually call the Moto guy just Mojo because, it's kind of easy to say. But yeah, it should be an interesting match today. Round 1 is going to start in about 30 seconds here, and there's going to be 6 rounds again today. But, if either team gets 4 wins or it ties up, or basically it could end in 4 rounds. So it's going to be interesting today to see which team is going to be able to pull ahead and get the victory and move on to the grand finals tomorrow.
Team Pointers really known for their team chemistry. Most of these players have been playing together for years and years, whereas Invincible are a little bit less experienced together. Although I would consider most of their players to be perhaps slightly more skilled personally.
Yeah, a lot of the players moved over from Penguins when Penguins disbanded. So you have a lot of actually really good players moving into Invincible, but like like Ben said, they haven't all played together in this team yet before, but they've definitely been doing a great job, and that's why they're this high up in the tournament.
Yeah, no drops on the map yet, as even though we're already 30 seconds in. But Shame and Kusu have already got a nice hold over the blue base right here. And Champ's going to have a hard time dealing with both of them as Shame takes him out.
Yeah,
Shame
Kusu Kusu took
Yeah.
that flag, but he was taken out pretty quickly. Burning Desire doing a great job at defending right now. He has Ed there to help. Ed gets taken out. Burning, hopefully going to take this double damage. He does. Now he needs to take some shots on Lenyumal, who has double drops moving in to Invincible's base right now.
Yeah, and Invincible doing a really nice job focusing on Lenyumal here. Lenyumal really has no support from his teammates, and with 4 players in the blue base, he's not going to be able to even touch the flag.
Lenyumal stole that double armor from LV, though, so good job by him. Able to assess the situation, know he's not going to be able to take that flag, go straight for the double armor to hopefully take it from blue team.
Yeah, one thing I would have liked to see the Wasps do a little bit better in that situation is if they had stayed alive in the blue base, just tried to camp, it would have enabled Lenyumal to take advantage of his drops a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. Kusu grabbed that repair kit. He's going to be already taken out pretty quickly because you have a lot of players from Invincible defending. Shame takes a shot on LV, but he also gets taken out. Mr. Venka has those double drops there, pushing in with Lenyumal. This could be a pull because he has double damage, able to take out Champ. Hopefully, pretty quickly here. He is the Smoky, so he's going to be the biggest threat to Mr. Venka. Mr. Venka does get taken out here pretty quickly, though.
Yeah, we haven't really been focusing on the right side for the red team yet, the defensive side, but Immortal, Mr. Wanka, and Pop were doing a fantastic job defensively. I don't even think anyone from the blue team got into their base.
Yeah,
I'm not
right
sure they were
now,
pushing. They kind of were focusing on defense for those few big pushes from team pointers.
Yeah, that's fair. They had to focus on that double drop from Lenyumal.
Yeah, on the other side, actually, Mr. Vanka took a double armor now. And now it's falling again. Lenyumal is going to take his, and it looks like Mr. Vanka is going to try to get the double armor on the right side. And yeah, let's see what they can do this time.
Ooh,
Oh, Greg
Greg
gets
almost
blitzed.
gets it. Man, unlucky.
LV on the right side of Invincible's base grabs that double damage. He's going to try to take a couple shots off Lenyumal while he has those double drops. Doing a great job at just pushing him back, keeping him away from the flag.
Yeah, and once again, they showed us they timed their double those two drops, that double damage and the double armor really well with Lenyumal's double drops, so they can defend effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
LV and
although in the future, it's possible that especially if Kusu and Shame do a little bit better of a job attacking, it's possible that those double drops could actually work in the red team's favor. Because Lenyumal's drops do fall a little bit sooner. So LV has to be really careful, and he has to do a really good job of controlling his own drops.
yeah, Greg's pulling the flag from Team Pointer's base right now. No one there to defend. Greg is still full health. He has help from Ed with double drops, able to take this flag. He is a wasp, so he's going to be able to a lot faster from Greg. A lot faster than Greg. He's pulling the flag over into their base now. He has help from Mojo as well. LV able to defend here. No one there to contrast Ed. It looks like this is going to be the first cap for Invincible here.
And look at
Yeah.
the map. All 5 of the Invincible players are all in the enemy base, enabling Ed to go virtually unscathed into his own base. He only got shot 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, Mojo
Yeah.
pulling
Fantastic
this
from
flag
Greg.
again.
Yeah, LV did a really great job with that double damage there, just killing all those red players who would come and try to return.
Ooh, a nice drop off here. LV's able to take the flag. He's being focused though. He's going to get taken out here, but luckily for him, Champ and Burning both spawn there. Champ immediately spawn killed, but Burning, is taken out as well.
LV gets another great spawn right next to the flag. You have Mr. Venka right there, able to steal this repair. Now he's full health with double armor. So LV's down to 1 shot now. Mr. Venka there to hopefully get the return, but he's getting focused right now by Invincible.
On the other side, Kusu has taken his nitro, and when Kusu has that nitro, he can be deadly, as we've seen. And he pulled the flag like all the way back to his base. So now we have our first standoff of this match here.
Yeah, Red Team really took map control there for a little while, even though Invincible were able to pull the flag. They couldn't also control their base, and so they're in a standoff, as you said, Lloyd.
This isn't the type of situation that Team Pointers wants to be in because right now they are like right behind Invincible right now. Invincible has the lead, so they're not going to be as concerned right now with getting this return. But Team Pointers is going to be under the grinder right now. They need to get this return, or else they're not going to be able to get the round victory or tie.
That is true. Although I'll be surprised if Invincible don't try to maintain the pressure on the flag, because as we've said many times before, map control is everything in this format especially.
Yeah, Pap has an interesting little strategy going on here. He takes the flag, drops it, takes it, drops it. My guess is if someone does try and come return the flag, he'll be able to be off the flag, go push the guy, save as much time as he can, and the flag is still going to be there.
Yeah, meanwhile, team pointers are doing a nice job taking map control, as we see here. It'll be interesting to see if they can convert this into an actual return. But
we see Lenyamol and Mr. Vanka pushing on Greg. They managed to take him out, but Mr. Vanka's taken out there by Ed. So they did do a good job taking out Greg there, but fortunately it didn't end up in a return. The other side,
meanwhile, Shane snuck in and stole LV's double armor, and that could be big.
we did not see that. But yeah, LV with that double damage now on the other side, so he didn't get the double armor because Shame stole it. But if he can just take out the right side like he did, like we saw him do before, yeah, it looks like they're attacking from their right side now, and this could possibly be a return.
Kusu also gets double damage, able to just sit in the back, take some shots from across the map. Obviously, he's now one shot, so he's going to be staying a little bit back.
Yeah, Shame's in a really good. Oh, never mind. He fell in the hole.
Lenyamal also almost got triple drops. Greg able to take out Lenyamal before he got that double armor. Greg going back to defend this flag here. He has the double armor still. He's going to be able to hopefully take out Kusu. He does. Now he has double drops. I don't know. Yep. He's going to use those double drops to push in to Team Pointer's base and hopefully do some damage here. He has the repair as well, so it looks like he's going to be full health with double drops with help from Mojo on the left side.
Yeah, nice job there taking out the Smokey, the biggest threat to him. But his double armor is about to run out. Yeah, and Immortal has just spawned on him. Immortal hasn't been able to make very many Invincible players miss as far as I've seen.
He is 6 and 19, so. But he may, if we saw assists, I'm sure he'd have a ton of assists. Unsuccessful push from Greg there. We saw he got taken out a couple seconds ago. Mr. Venka has that double armor on the right side of red base. He gets taken out pretty quickly, though.
1 minute left, and now is the time that Team Pointers are really going to need to push. As we see Kusu taking a Wasp taking Liv's or LV's double armor, and soon his double power will be taken as well by Lenyamol.
He needs to take out Champ here because Champ's just going to do some. Oh, never mind. Kusu was super close to him, so Champ couldn't really do anything with that Smokey.
Yeah, and Team Pointers really sandwiching Invincible here on the map right now. This is promising. Papa's going to have to move the flag back to base soon. But if Immortal can stay alive here just for another couple seconds, he should be able to potentially get the return.
Yeah, we just saw them take like all the drops on the map there. But Invincible actually did a really good job. Even though they didn't take the drops, they did a good job like defending from their little base there.
Yeah, and with just 10 seconds left, I don't see how anyone can return this flag. Greg, 3 shots now, but with 1 second left, Invincible are going to win the first round, 1-0.
Yeah, and with that ending, we're going to go ahead and open up the form. Guys, if you want to enter for a chance to win a promo code, go ahead down to the description, click that Google form. It'll open up and you can put your name in, submit it. We'll give you guys about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Good luck to you guys. Hope to see your names in the form.
Now, as for the format of this match, we should be seeing, as Tasman mentioned earlier, 6 rounds, or up to 6 rounds. So if any team wins 3 rounds and draws 1, or wins 4 rounds outright, then obviously that'll be the end of the match. Do either of you guys have any predictions for what the outcome's going to be, especially after that first round?
Based off the performance of Invincible tomorrow and so far today, considering the first round, if we take that into effect, I honestly think Invincible has a really high chance of winning this match just because personally they look like they're playing a little bit more together. They look like they're playing a bit more synced and together. So I think they have a better chance at winning this. So it's going to be interesting to see if Team Pointers can come together, realize what they need to do, and do it. So.
Yeah, Loy, what do you think?
Well, we did see that great capture in the beginning from Invincible, but other than that, the match was the round was pretty much equal. I mean, we even saw Team Pointers take control at a few points. They just didn't really manage to turn that into a capture. But I really can't say from here because I feel like this round was very close, even though Invincible did pull off that W.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that red side in light format, especially when you're using two hunters or two medium hulls on red side, has a slight disadvantage to blue side, just because it's a little bit harder to get back into base and to take back control of your base. Additionally, the blue side defensive drops are a lot easier to control. Yeah, the defensive drops are a lot easier to control on the blue side than they are on the red side. So slight advantages there for the blue team. So I'll be interested to see if Invincible can hold that advantage on the red side, or if the teams are a little bit more even than they looked this past round.
Yeah, and with that being said, round two is starting here. Both teams sort of getting into their own niche right now. Drops coming down for Without. Maybe he can sneak into Invincible's base. He does get noticed by Burning Desire, though.
Looks like Without is playing instead of Shame this round. We haven't really seen Without playing for Team Pointers, but yeah, I mean, interesting sub. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I honestly am not too against that, as LV has already taken the flag. Even though we saw 4 Team Pointers players going back to base, he still managed to pull the flag. Still 2 shots here.
Yeah, with the sirens on the background, LV's going to be taken out there. Champ spawns in super close. The double armor is going to drop on Invincible's side. Greg can maybe get this repair and go for the double armor without it getting stolen. LV actually gets a really good spawn, so he's going to grab that double armor.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ed has taken the flag, and Burning Desire has done a really nice job of controlling the right side. Not a single player has gotten into the Invincible base from Team Pointers. So
Yeah, that
already,
happened last round. That happened last round as well, where they were able to pull. No one was there to help and easy capture.
Yeah, but again, Invincible has so many drops. Greg with that double damage is supporting LV, and LV has those double drops on that Viking. It's like really, there's no way that they don't pull this.
yeah,
And
well, Team Pointers really didn't focus on recovering and trying to take back map control there. Instead, they tried to return the flag, and they were unsuccessful at doing so. So that enabled Invincible to maintain map control and pull the flag yet again. However, Kusu's coming in from behind and is taken out before he can return the flag. Man,
he
that was
Burning
actually did a
Desire and LV
really
spawned
good
in.
job there, but did a good job there of coming in without being spotted. But he really needed one shot of
Immortal
support
Hero
from his
down
teammate.
kills LV on the flag. Burning Desire's one shot. He doesn't have any help from his teammates, although Greg and LV have both spawned there. But Kusu and Without, both Wasps coming in from behind. Kusu gets the flag. Oh, but he's taken out by his own teammate, and that's a second capture for Invincible.
Yeah, Mojo has that Nitro pulling out of Team Pointer's base. He's about halfway now. He's going to have some help from Champ here. Mojo gets taken out. Kusu there for the return. Doesn't look like they're pushing into the middle just yet. They're going to wait a little bit to return. Kusu does get the return now.
I mean, it looks like Invincible is just really dominating on this red side here.
Yeah,
I wonder if
surprising.
it's
I didn't expect this for sure. Although I will say they do have advantageous drop times, but that's definitely not the reason. As we saw in the first pull, they didn't even have any drops, and they still managed to pull the flag.
Yeah, like Ben said, I think the reason these flags are just getting taken from them so quickly is because they don't have map control. They're not controlling the right and left side in sync, so that by the time the flag's taken and they take out whoever's there protecting the flag, there's no one else to help like return the flag. So they're just able to take it, pull it all the way across, no one there to really take them out. So
Yeah, and map control, as you said, Tasmans, is everything. Because if you have map control, it's easier for you to take drops. It's also easier for you to take the enemy flag as you're closer to it. And as we see here, Greg has gotten his own drops and then has gotten the double armor in the blue base as well. So another drop cycle that will probably end up being wasted for Team Pointers.
yeah, Greg also stole a repair there. So now he's going to be almost half health. Still has that double armor. He's going to have help from both Ed, LV, and Champ. This could be a big pull right now because there's really
And
no one
look
there to
at this.
defend.
6 Invincible players all in the blue base. Ed, reminiscent of the last pull, of his pull from the first round, he is going through the middle by himself. But Mr. Wanka has an opportunity here. Oh, but is unable
That
to get that
nitro
shot
was
off.
just
Yeah.
so fast.
Man, Invincible have done a fantastic job. I must say they're doing a really nice job of team coordination, pushing together, as we've seen multiple times. They have so many players in the enemy base, and LV is pulling again. Meanwhile, Kusu has taken the flag, but it looks like he's flipped, and Greg has an opportunity here to return.
He's giving it a second before he returns in case there's anyone in their base.
Greg
Oh,
made a
wow.
mistake there. He should have just shot the flag and tried to return it immediately, but he didn't know that Kusu was one shot. Champs, though, still has a chance to return here. Oh, but he doesn't make Without miss. And Without can block Burning Desire here. Mr. Wanka now taking the flag. So it looks like we're going to have another standoff position. Slight miscommunication there that would have enabled Greg to return the flag. And instead, Team Pointers are going to have the flag in their own base now. And 5 minutes left, but the score is 3-0. So it'll be impressive to say the least if Team Pointers can come back in this round.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see an interesting little duel right now between Burning Desire and Immortal. Burning Desire on that double damage and Immortal on that smoky. Looks like they're kind of just hiding from each other, not really wanting to get shot by either one. And
Yeah, Mortal needs to make a play or else his drops are going to run out. So he does get hit by Burning with that double damage, and he gets taken out by Burning Desire.
there are 3 players from Invincible coming now to return. Greg does get taken out there by Lenyamol and Kusu. But yeah, I don't think they'll be able to return their Team Pointers. Just too many players there.
Kusu and Immortal have potential. Oh, right as I say that, he makes a bad decision. I was just going to say they have good potential here, positional potential, because they could easily take control of the right side of red base. And if they're able to do that, then it makes it a lot. It applies a lot more pressure to Invincible. However, Kusu went for an attack, tried to go for the return by himself, and as a result, Without is the only player left in the red base now, and they don't really have map control.
Yeah, very rarely do we see a return actually happening when it's just one person attacking. So I think he should have waited for 1 or 2 more teammates to at least be close to him before he even started to push. That was unfortunate timing by Kusu to push in there. LV doing a great job just dropping the flag, taking some shots. He's doing the exact same strat that Team Pointers was doing last round when they were at the draw. Interesting.
Yeah, meanwhile, Team Pointers have a Wasp without holding the flag. Typically in Bardo, we see hunters holding flags, except for the moments when drops are falling. But it seems like neither hunter from Team Pointers has even tried to take the flag here, as Mr. Wanka now comes in to get it. But it might be too late. Greg is coming in. Oh, he's one shot now and should be taken out pretty quickly.
We do see Invincible keep taking that right side of the blue base. So like even when Mr. Vanka and Pop, they both tried to pick up the flag, they were put to half health like immediately before they can even take the flag.
Yeah, Invincible is just doing a great job of being able to get shots off through the entire map without anyone help there to push them off. So Ed
Yeah,
has that nitro pushing right side of red base, trying to get that return.
Lloyd, typically we see the Smoky, the blue Smoky trying to control the right side of his base. But a lot this round, Immortal has seemed to not really take that responsibility seriously, and I've seen him push on the left side quite a few times, which has perhaps enabled Invincible to take control, as you said, multiple times throughout the round.
Flag carrier was taken out there, but Immortal spawns in and is able to grab that flag without it being returned. Lenyamal on the right side of blue base, trying to take some shots on small bridge, but he's going to be noticed by a couple members in Invincible, so I don't think he's been able to push up too far before being taken out.
It seems weird. Like even though Invincible's 3 flags up, they seem to be the aggressors over here. I mean, Team Pointers is not really pushing for a return. Other than like Kusu and Without, you don't really see the Hunters aren't really pushing. They're kind of just playing defensively, just trying to make sure that the red flag doesn't get returned. I mean, it's interesting because they are down 3 flags.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
I
if
think.
it's. Oh, you can go.
Okay. I think they've been playing very reactionary throughout the round, or throughout both these rounds. As oh look, Immortal has to get back to his flag. He's the only player there, and he's being focused by Champ. Oh,
Oh,
Mojo
misses that
misses the shot.
shot.
Man, still
Oh, but
20
he
seconds
still
left.
gets
Mojo gets
return.
the return. Wow. So 4-0 instead of 3-0 to Invincible in the second round. A really dominating performance. But
Yeah.
Loy, back to your point. I do think that, as I said, they've been playing very reactionary as opposed to proactive. So that they haven't really been, they haven't really been taking initiative and trying to get in position to control drops or to control certain parts of the map at certain times. Instead, they've been waiting to see what Invincible do and then reacting to where the Invincible players are playing. And that's just no way to like. You can't win if you're playing that style against a good team. So I would like perhaps in the next map, which I believe is Red Alert, to see Team Pointers play a little bit more proactive.
All right, the winners should be on your screens now for the first round of the form. And congratulations to Lunar Knight Shut Up, and Pikachu11782. Your promo code should be in your forum PM within the next few days. So be sure to sign into the forum and look out for that. I think we're going to be opening up the form for another round. So put in your names in the Google form below, and we'll be picking winners after the next round.
Yeah, based on the last 2 rounds, this next upcoming match, I don't know if it was Team Pointers, if they just didn't have as great map knowledge on that map, but this next map is going to be the deciding factor on if they can prove themselves, if they can show that they're not going to be 4-0'd on a map like that, or a map like previously. So it's going to be fun or interesting, depending on which way you look at it, to see is Team Pointers able to pull off a round victory against such a great team as Invincible. I know it's saying a lot, but based on what I've seen, they're doing an amazing job. They're coordinated, they know what they're doing, and they're just doing remarkable for today's match.
Yeah, I must say, I introduced the teams as Team Pointers having really good chemistry and Invincible being sort of a conglomeration of talented players who haven't really played together a whole lot, with a few exceptions, of course. But so far, what I've seen, it seems like Invincible are both more skilled and have much better chemistry as they've been playing together really well in those first 2 rounds at least. And I'm excited to see how that translates to this next map right away.
I've seen for all the Team Pointers games that they've won, a lot of the flags that were pulled by Kusu actually, and that Wasp. He comes in with a Nitro and sneaks the flagpole, and he hasn't been showing up. Last time I think they were versus Laws. He was kind of playing a little bit weak on that sneaky Wasp game, but all the times that they've won, he's really been playing well. So I hope to see more from him there.
Yeah, sadly, it's kind of hard to see a Wasp sneak in against teams like this, just because you usually have a dedicated defender, and if he gets killed, he's going to make the call out that he was killed, and there's going to be someone there to hopefully come and help him. So sadly,
Well,
we don't really see people sneaking in as much.
yeah, I think it's really dependent on the map. For example, in Red Alert, we may well see, and especially in the next map, which will be Forest, if we get to that, we may well see Wasps playing a larger role in terms of pulling flags. However, in Barda especially, and to some extent in Red Alert as well, it's really flag pulls are really contingent on the hunters or the medium hulls controlling drops. And I must say, Greg and LV overall have done a much better job than the Team Pointers hunters, Lenyamal and Mr. Vanka.
Yeah, I think that sort of comes with more experience, although there is some luck based into it, whether your drops are going to come a little bit earlier than the other sides, because then you can go over and take those drops easily. But yeah, it's kind of just knowing the times of when these drops are coming down, knowing when you should be spawning in and be full health in order to grab those drops and be more successful than maybe being half health and getting that double armor and nitro.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, I must say one of our coworkers, Greg, is uh, perhaps one of the best hunters just in terms of pure drop control that I've seen. He's he always seems on top of his drops, and having played with him way back in the day, I must say he's definitely improved upon that a lot uh, in the past couple of years.
Yeah, he's been doing esports for a long time, so he definitely has the knowledge to get through this tournament with his team, and he has the knowledge to be the main carry of his team as well.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Um, I
Well,
wouldn't say Greg can carry any team yet, especially Invincible. No, I'm just kidding, Greg. I guess the sarcasm didn't really come across in my voice, but you're a great player, bro.
Yeah, with so many mouse players now. I mean, we've seen this revolution of mouse players by MVP and Cross, where they just switched to mouse and they did really well in some tournaments. So now a lot of players have switched to mouse, and it's really nice to see some really good hunter players still playing on keyboard.
yeah, the bonus with mouse is that you can see 360 around you almost at all times because if you hold right click, you can look around without turning your turret. Or if you want to turn your turret pretty fast, your camera can move faster than your turret. So it's just on keyboard, you're kind of limited to how fast your turret can turn, but on mouse, you're limited to how fast your hand can move. So that's why everyone's switching to mouse just because you can see a lot better than you could on keyboard.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the final reset, which means the round will be starting in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think Invincible tried to pull a fast one on Team Pointers and tried to get a second reset in because they didn't like their drops, but luckily the referees did not allow that. And yeah, we'll be starting this third round, right now.
I mean, not Invincible. Team Pointers did actually a good job there of like blocking their drops. When the round started, they actually had a double armor and a double power on the ground already that Invincible didn't really take before those 2 minutes preparing.
Yeah, one thing I noticed though is that Invincible went for an early push to try to take a little bit of map control. Meanwhile, all six of Team Pointers players stayed in their base. Although right now it may be pulling off because Lenyamal has taken the double armor, but he does get taken out. Still though, Shame is there, as is Immortal Hero Dao. Oh, but a nice double there from LV. Actually, I guess Mojo took out Shame before LV could double. But yeah, unfortunately, Lenyamal couldn't make better use of that double armor.
Mr. Vega has double drops pulling on the left side. He's not really going to be noticed by anyone here, but looks like he's going to be able to steal that nitro from Invincible.
Yeah,
Looks like he's
Champ's
going to
got a
get
nice
noticed
spawn
here.
here, so he should take him out pretty easily.
But Lenyamal, Kusu, and Shame are pushing in now. Lenyamal with the DP, he does get taken out, but there's still two wasps there.
Yeah, I like what I see here.
Kusu's
Yeah.
got behind that house there, and it doesn't look like he's been noticed by anyone. This is what we like to see from him.
Yeah,
Take some time.
this is the sneaky wasp that you were talking
Oh,
about. Though.
Champ gets a nice spawn, able to see Kusi before he can really sneak behind and get that flag.
Still though, he's taking the flag. He's going through the middle, but Burning Desire takes him out. Champ has a hard time taking out wasps just because 6 shots with Smokey isn't an easy task. But unfortunately for Kusu, he was unable to be effective there. Nice callouts from Invincible. And I was going to say, Team Pointers did have map control for a little while there, and again, they've done a decent job of at least trying to push. As LV is pushing under bridge with double armor, but he's met by Lenyamal, who also has double armor.
Yeah, that's sort of going to be a standoff. LV is going to be able to probably take this flag, but he's down to one shot, so I don't think he's really going to be able to do anything with it. Looks like he's just hiding, taking some shots off. He's able to take out Pap. He's now the only one there at the flag, unless someone's going to spawn in, which basically all of Invincible does, or Team Pointers does, so he's going to get taken out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Greg has yet again taken his double armor. He does not have a nitro with it though, but he's pushing through the
Actually,
canals, and he already has Ed camping in the enemy base, which is a really important position to take control of. However, unfortunately, 3 Team Pointers players spawn there, and Greg's probably not going to be able to do too much with his double armor.
he actually had a nitro there, kind of in the blue base, like almost right near the blue base, but it was taken by his teammate there, which looks like it was just a miscommunication.
Yeah, he's going to
Um,
probably hopefully steal this Nitro falling in Team Pointer space right now. Mojo's actually going to take this flag. He's down. Oh, wow. They both get taken out really quickly.
On the other side, we did see Kusu come in with like a sneaky pull. He did try to go through red base, but he was taken out there, closer to the left side of the red base.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Kusu's a very talented, very skilled player, but he's playing way too solo for my taste. Um, every time I see him pushing, it's not to support a hunter, which really is the main job of Wasps, but instead to try to go for one of those sneaky pulls. And it's hard for a team to be coordinated when your Wasps aren't doing their jobs.
Yeah, sometimes it can work out, but oftentimes you have to get super lucky for anything to really happen with it. So it's a bit more safe to be able to be a support player than a solo player.
Against a good team like Invincible, you're almost never going to be able to play solo and be effective.
Yeah, Kusu on the left side there with Mr. Vanka. Neither of them have drops, so doesn't look like they're really going to be able to do anything. Mojo gets a shot on Mr. Vanka, knowing that Kusu's down to one shot already. Kusu gets a cool double shot, doesn't take anyone out, but now both of them are half health.
Mr. Wenka now preparing to take his drops. Meanwhile, LV is taking Greg's drops here, pushing with double armor and nitro. Meanwhile, Greg is pushing next to him. This is potentially a good push here if they can just take out Immortal here.
Ooh, a lot of players from Team Pointers just spawned in.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, and no Wasp support. So Greg and LV are not going to be able to do much with those drops and with that push.
Yeah, those Wasps were on the right side there, helping versus Mr. Vanka, who came with his drops. And yeah, so they were kind of absent from that push, but they did have a good excuse, so no blame for over there.
Watching out for the Wasps, huh, Loy?
Greg once again pushing into Team Pointer's base. He doesn't have any help or any double armor to help him out, so he's going to get taken out here by Immortal.
They're like,
LV preparing for his drops now. Got a good spawn and spawned right on his double armor nitro, which is promising. Although he's being focused by without and Lenyam also, he's only 4 shots now, having taken the double armor.
Yeah, good job by Team Pointers, able to see that the double armor is falling, shoot him as much as they can before he's taken that double armor.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more support for LV there. But oftentimes that comes down to LV communicating with his teammates and saying, "Guys, someone can't buy my double armor so that I can take it full health." And in that case, he probably just didn't say that, and unfortunately was unable to utilize it.
Mr. Vanka takes his double drops now, and hopefully he can get a push with some support.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
actually taken Lenyamal's double drops, and meanwhile Lenyamal is going over to the left side trying to take trying to return the favor and take Mr. Wanka's double drops.
Yeah, Mr. Vanka pushed in a little bit too fast there. He didn't really have any support, and he was just going to be taken out quickly. So I would have waited if I was him. I would have waited for Lenyamal to get his double drops. But yeah, unfortunate there.
Yeah, as far as light format goes, some of the players on Team Pointers aren't the most experienced, and I think Mr. Wanka is probably one of them.
Yeah, Greg going for these triple drops right now. He's gonna need support if he wants to be able to pull this flag, because right now triple drops isn't gonna do it based on what we've seen. He's
Yeah, it's
pushing
interesting.
sort of by himself, but he has LV there to help.
You don't often see in light format a hunter taking full drops. At least you don't typically see a hunter taking that DP in the middle of the base. Meanwhile, oh wow, without almost got that sneak pull. I didn't even notice him. He was that sneaky. But as I was saying, hunters really get focused a lot by, well, as you might expect when they have drops, by the entire enemy team. So it's often hard to utilize that double power.
Lenyum actually has a good chance of pulling now. He came in with that DP. He does have support from Mr. Vonka,
Oh,
and
what
but
was Mr. Mega doing? He kind of just sat there where the flag was sitting. Oh
He
well. Oh,
he couldn't drive because the corpse
oof,
of Lenyamal was
oh,
blocking him.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I
Actually, I know
thought they
for a
were gonna
fact.
pull there.
Yeah. I know for a fact that that final stage, Greg's former leader in Penguins, hates it when hunters take double power in addition to the double armor and nitro. So perhaps Greg was not channeling his inner final there and being a bit of a rebel.
Yeah, Mr. Venka, with help from Lenyamal pushing into Invincible's base, Mr. Venka's already going to get taken out really quickly, but he still has both Lenyamal and Without there to hopefully help him out.
I mean, we
Oh,
did
wow.
see a hit coming from Team Pointers there, but they really had to take out Champ. I mean, he was one shot. I'm not sure if they knew that, but he was just going there unnoticed. And when the Smokey is left there, he can really do a lot of damage to those hunters because the hunter is not really allowed to have Smokey protection. So
Yeah, the first call out for almost every team in light format is where the smoky is,
Mhm.
and it seems like Team Pointers just did not do a very good job of doing that. They didn't focus the smoky, and as a result, they weren't able to pull. But Lenyamal now is taking double armor and nitro, is taking the flag. He's pulling through the middle and has support from Immortal and Mr. Micah coming in from behind. Meanwhile, Mojo, oh, they got to be careful. Mojo and Ed are gonna pull flag here with nitro. Mr.
Yeah,
Micah one
LV
shot
there
now.
got the return.
Oh, they got the return. But Without comes in from behind and is also able to get the return. Man, so with just 20 seconds left, both teams pulling the flag for the first time, but neither team able to convert it into a capture. And it looks like this round's going to end up in a draw.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing this round was both teams weren't able to coordinate their drops well enough so that both hunters were pushing at the same time. So there wasn't really much support going on when one hunter was pushing because the other hunter didn't even have drops. But yep, that's going to be a tie for round 3. Let's go ahead and pick the winners for the form number 2.
I must say, Team Pointers definitely looked a lot better in this map. And additionally, red base is usually considered slightly advantageous. So I'm happy with Team Pointers' outcome today, or in this round at least.
and the winners are on your screens now. Congratulations to ASDKLV1, Combat, and Mr. Myth. Congratulations, guys. Look out for your promo codes in your forum PMs. And I think we'll be opening up the form again. So go down to the Google form, write your name there, and we'll be picking winners after the next round.
So this next 4th round is going to be interesting because if Invincible wins it, they win for the day and they move on to the grand finals. So Team Pointers needs to hopefully try and win this round so that they're not going to be too behind. Because if they lose or if they tie this round, that means they have to win the next 2 following rounds in order to really do anything. So it's going to be interesting to see how Team Pointers is going to change their strategy to get this round victory, or if Invincible can get the round victory and win for the day.
Yeah, I think I have a feeling that Invincible are going to pull this one out, even though they have what's considered the worst base in Red Alert here. Their drop times are pretty decent as far as I've seen, and LV might have his double armor nitro pretty soon as well.
Yeah, both teams are going to hopefully try and coordinate their drops just a bit better than last round, because last round we saw the drops weren't that great according to what was really happening. But They're going to hopefully take their drops now, coordinate them as well as they can, so by the time round starts, they have a good drop cycle going on.
Yeah, I think even if you don't have both your drops together, both your double armors falling together, it's still possible to pull if you just have good support from your Smoky and from your Wasps, and that's something that in the first round at least both teams lacked.
Mm-hmm. So round 4 is starting here. Both teams getting into their own areas. LV is going to be on the left side here, but they're both going to take it out. Now we have 4 players from Team Pointers there, hopefully able to get a nice attack going on.
Yeah, so all 4 players supporting Mr. Wanka and enabling him to take his double armor and pushing for the enemy double armor that's falling on the right side. And Mr. Wanka here actually is probably going to go for that double armor himself.
Yeah. Without almost took that double armor, but it looks like Mr. Venka is going to be able to steal this pretty quickly. Unless Ed can hopefully push him for long enough so LV, and he will. LV's going to be able to take that double armor, so Mr. Venka wasn't able to steal it.
Really nice play there by Ed.
No, LV and Mr. Venka are going to be going at it right now. Mr. Venka gets taken out pretty quickly here. Now we have LV with a double armor. Probably already halfway done, so I don't think he's really going to do much with this. Immortal pulling the flag right now, but he's going to get taken out pretty quickly.
Meanwhile, Greg in Canals has taken his double armor nitro, but really not going to be able to do much with that. And honestly, taking a double armor and then taking a nitro that's that far away is not always a great idea, just because your double armor is only going to last 30 seconds. So if you spend 10 seconds trying to get to that nitro, and then another 10 trying to get into the enemy base, you're just not going to be able to pull the flag very effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Important to take the nitro first.
Lenyamel just took his drops there, but I thought he had a good chance of pulling, but looks like he didn't really get much support from his Wasps there, so.
Yeah,
was
neither
met
team's
with-
attacks have looked good at all in this map. And I must say, Laws are probably they're probably loving the way these teams have been playing so far in Red Alert, as Laws really like to play Red Alert, and either team has done a great job in this round so far, or in either of these rounds.
My guess is Invincible's hoping to get Barda based on I think they play really good on that map. So.
Oh, and LV has stolen Mr. Wanka's double armor, and Mr. Wanka, to get retribution, has flipped him. But still, LV getting the better of him in that exchange.
Yeah, drops coming in on Invincible sides. I think they took all their nitros, so they don't really have any nitros to go on. What the heck? I think Immortal's going to steal this double armor, and he does. Ed missed like 2 shots there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, Ed was in a tough position there. He tried to block Immortal, but Immortal snuck past him, and of course, it's hard to hit a Smoky when you're one-on-one with him.
Yeah, good Smoky can basically one-on-one anyone and win if they're good enough by blocking shots and stuff. Greg's nitro's coming down here, but like Ben said, I don't think he's going to go waste his time for it, or I guess he will. I would have stolen the other one on the other side.
Greg has he's taken his double armor a little bit early, a couple times unnecessarily, and he has been taking his drops, so I can't fault him for that. But I would like to see him utilize it a little bit better, as he's already run out of double armor. Meanwhile, Lenyamal has come into the enemy base. He's 3 shots still, and he's going to be able to take the flag here, but he's blocked by Burning Desire. And wow, 3 spawns mean that he's quickly taken out.
Yeah, once again, he didn't have any support from his teammates, so they really need to just get on that. Wait just the few seconds that would probably help them out. Without has that nitro pulling in, almost gets that flag when Greg notices it.
Yeah, I will say though, it's important not to place all the blame on his teammates. Lenyamal also has a decent amount of responsibility in terms of telling his teammates when they need to help him out. And oftentimes we'll see, even at the highest levels, hunters who aren't the greatest at communicating with their teammates in that regard. So it's hard to say whether it was Lenyamal's teammates' fault or his fault or a little bit of both.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it was Team Pointer's fault at all. I mean, he did kind of have support. We did see Champ get taken out there for Lenyamo. But I think it was just Invincible's defense. They've been defending really well against these attacks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
it's
Vanka
fair.
pushed him with double drops, but he was taken out. Greg's gonna get his drops coming down now. His nitro isn't synced up like almost at all, so if he has to wait for this nitro again, his double armor is just gonna run out like for the 5th time.
And meanwhile, Kusu has taken the flag. He stole LV's drops on the right side, and he's pulled the flag into
What
the
the heck?
canals. Ooh, wow, a little bit of lag there, enabling Without to avoid getting shot by Greg, but Greg still can get the return. Oh, wow. Greg gets the return in spite of the fact that Lenyamal was trying to push him into the wall, preventing him from getting the return. Nice play there by Greg.
4.5
Kusu-
minutes left, and both teams still have yet to get a cap.
I think Kusu can maybe do something here. He does have those double drops, and he is really quick. But
5 invincible players in their base, though. I'm not sure any attack is going to work at this point.
yeah, I actually wasn't looking at that corner there, so I didn't see all those players. But
Yeah, hopefully Kusu didn't steal any of his teammates' drops, because that probably could have been useful for a hunter to have those double drops.
Actually, I believe he took the double armor nitro on the right side because Mojo was coming in, and Lenyamal and Mr. Wanko were nowhere near that spot. So he made the right decision in taking the drops. So with just 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, neither team has gotten a real good flagpole here in this round yet.
Mr. Vanka just took his double drops there on the right side with full health. He really needs support now from his teammates if he's going to have a chance of pulling.
Mojo
You
got
see
support from
Without
Greg.
and Lenyamo coming from the other side, going to try to support him there. But
Mr. Wanka should
Champ,
have waited. He should have waited like another 5-10 seconds. And if he had, we see now Immortal and Lenyamal and Without and Kusu all in the enemy base. But Immortal could have just waited or Mr. Wanka could have just waited another 10 seconds, and this would actually be a flagpole.
that's true. He was actually very high health, but Champ, that Smokey had double damage. And Smokey, even without double damage, there's a lot of damage to those hunters. So with double damage, you can imagine how much damage that Smokey can do.
I would
So he
say
really
it's probably double.
that would be a good guess.
Sorry, Lo, you set me up a little too easily there.
It was
That was a good one. All right, well, both teams drops hopefully coming down pretty soon because only 2.5 minutes left, and this is kind of the ringer. This is the one round that really matters the most because it's going to be probably super easy for Invincible because all they need to do is tie next round if they tie this, and then Team Pointers is going to hopefully try and win the next two if they tie this as well. But that's going to be hard, especially versus a team like Invincible.
Yeah, I must say, Invincible have not been nearly as convincing in these 2 rounds in Red Alert as they were in the first 2 rounds in Barda. But still, there's almost 2 minutes left, so anything can happen.
I must say that Burning Desire, he's done a really good job in defense, not in the sense of like hitting all those shots, which he has done substantially, but really just calling out to his teammates when he needs help there, and getting them to help him in defense when he needs it. Because a Hornet's job in defense is not only to shoot the hunters and the attackers; it's really also to let his teammates know when he needs help.
Yeah, absolutely. I've played with Burning a little bit, and one of his biggest strengths is definitely communication.
Your final drop cycle came down for Invincible here. They need to make a play with the double armor, but honestly, I think Greg's going to run out before you can really make it anywhere.
Yeah, but Greg's job right now is just to secure the right side for as long as possible. Try to prevent Mr. Wanka from taking double drops, which he has. And actually, this has potential here, as we see 5 Team Pointers players pushing into the enemy base. Mr. Wanka taking the flag. He's now 1 or 2 shots, but has support from
Ooh.
Immortal and without Greg with a nice double there, but Mr. White is still alive. He's pulled now. Without going to probably go for the drop off here. Oh, Pop is one shot. Got to be really careful. Oh, Mortal takes the flag. No one's there for the drop off. 10 seconds left. If without stays left, oh, Mortal gets impatient and pulls the flag up himself and captures. Wow. What a finish. Man,
Great
that
job by
was
Team Pointers.
huge. That was huge for Team Pointers. As now the score is 2-1, and it's anyone's game as we move into Forest. Man,
That's going to make it where Invincible has to win this next round to win, or they can tie it and then move on to the last round. But Team Pointer still has a fighting chance now based on that last round. Now they're only one flag behind instead of two. So hopefully they can take that round victory with stride, move on to Forest, use all the, I guess, morale they have now to hopefully get this next round victory, tie it up, and then we're on to the very last
And
round.
the winners have congratulations to Mentally Deranged, CH Talal, and Iroletta. Talal? All right. Thank you for correcting me. And I think we'll be opening up the form again. So go enter your nicknames there. And
Yeah, that was an interesting round. Greg, or not Greg, sorry, Greg is playing. Ben, do you have anything to say about last round? Give us a quick recap about what happened.
yeah. So I'm sure Greg also has something to say about this past round, but unfortunately he's not with us to say anything. Yeah, I must say that neither team was particularly convincing, and to be honest, if I'm gonna have to go back to watch the stream again to confirm this, but from what I saw, I think that last push was the first time in all 4 rounds that we've seen Team Pointers really push together to take map control and take drops together. And we saw the result. They pulled it out. They pulled the flag. They won the round, and that was a really big play. And I will say this map is quite a bit different than the previous 2 maps that we've seen. So it'll be really interesting to see. I think this map might actually play into Team Pointer's strengths a little bit better than the previous 2 maps. So right now it's anyone's game, and I'm excited to see what happens in these next 2 rounds.
Yeah, I'd say this
I-
map's more 50-50 as compared to the past 2.
Yeah, it's even, but it's also there are many less drops to control. So what's valued above all else is playing together and map control. And even though we have seen Invincible play together better overall, because there are fewer drops to control, and because there are less long range, really difficult shots, I think Invincible's skill is a little bit less applicable here. Whereas the potential chemistry that we've seen in the past from Team Pointers, even if we haven't seen it today, could really help them out and give them an advantage in this map. That's why I think Team Pointers have a better shot in this map than they do in really any of the other ones that we've seen.
yeah, I'd agree. I've also seen Kusu. This map is really plays to his strengths specifically, because there's a lot of nitros on this map, and when he gets his hands on a nitro, it's almost an automatic pull. I mean, almost.
Yeah,
Ben
I mean, I
probably
wouldn't go that far. I think in light format, that's less true than perhaps in setups format that we've. Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't compare the 2, but if the Invincible defense cracks at any point, even for just 5 seconds, that is the opening that Kusu needs in order to pull. So just a 5-second window is enough for him, and we've seen that be really effective for him in the past. So I definitely agree that his strengths are definitely suited for this map.
Yeah, Wasps can kind of just like get across the map super quickly because there's not really many areas to turn and kind of dodge stuff. So it's kind of just like go straight down, grab the flag, go straight down, cap the flag. So a wasp with the nitro can be super deadly here. So both teams are gonna have to watch out for that.
Yeah, so generally what we're going to see is one hunter and a smoky with rail protection. Um, and then we're going to have a smoky, an XP, or a smoky and two XPs playing on the left side typically. And then the two wasps and the hunter playing on the right side.
Yep. Round 5 starting in about a minute and a half. Like I said, this round is also going to be pretty tight because if Invincible wins, they're going to pull out the victory for the day. But if they tie, they're moving on to round 6. And if they lose, of course, they're still going to move on because they have the lead right now.
Yeah, so Invincible, as you said, just have to win this round in order to move on to the grand finals. And of course, Team Pointers are going to do their very best to prevent that from happening. So it'll be interesting to see, going back to what we were talking about previously with the Wasps and specifically with Kusu. The Wasps' main jobs here are to control the middle when DAs are falling. So help the hunter on the right side take DA, and also help push for the enemy DA on the left side occasionally. And then other than that, obviously that happens once every 2 minutes or so. And then other than that, their main job is to just push and apply pressure, especially playing in the middle to the right side of the enemy base. So Kusu, as we've said before, does a really good job of that latter part. And so that's where his strength is really going to come into play. And I'll be interested to see how that plays out against a good team like Invincible.
And we do see Burning Desire, who was the main defender for Invincible in all the previous rounds. He's actually switched to Wasp now, and Mojo, who was playing Wasp before, has taken Hornet. So let's see how that plays out for them.
Yeah, the round started here. Both teams sort of doing what they do at the beginning of the round. Kusu has that nitro on the right side, but looks like 3 players from Invincible are there to defend.
Yeah, he's already one shot, and they were already expecting a push from him. So I'm not sure he'll be able to do anything right here in the beginning, but
Yeah, meanwhile, Ed has already taken the enemy double power. And while that may not, he may not be able to use it very effectively, but what it does is it makes it a lot easier for Greg to take his double armor in the next few seconds. Typically, that double power is reserved for your Smoky, and you want your Smoky to take it right before the enemy double armor is occurring. But here, as we see, Greg might actually have an opportunity to respawn and get his double armor. Although, no, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, red side sort of just controlled that drop. And now it looks like they're going to have a push happening right now.
Now we saw 4 players from Team Pointers swarm around that DA, and Mr. Wenke is able to take it.
Yeah, you look at the kill board, and there's just 5
Yeah.
5 kills right in a row.
well, we've seen this in Barda as well. But even when Team Pointers takes map control or takes a bunch of drops, Invincible actually does a really good job, like kind of defending from there. So even if they mess up originally, like they kind of they're very good at like playing, letting that not affect them too much.
Yeah, they definitely play their strengths.
Yeah, absolutely. It's inevitable when you're playing against a good team that they're going to take map control at some point. And the best teams, as we've seen Invincible do many times, the best teams try to minimize the time that the enemy team has control. And that's something that, as you said, Loy, Invincible have done a really good job of. However, without having the potential to pull there, but he's taken out by Greg. However, Kusu coming in with Nitro, as we've talked about before, but he's taken out here by Champ. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think if Without had been able to pull, like just right behind that first house, I think Kusu would have been able to take the flag without really getting shot. And with that Nitro, we know how fast he is. So I think that could have even potentially been a capture for Team Pointers, but unfortunately, Without missed that flag there.
Greg. Yeah, an important shot from Greg for sure, preventing that pull.
Greg's going to take this flag here. He has about Oh wow, I thought he was 2 shots, but he was 1 shot, so he was taken out pretty quickly. You have Ed and Burning Desire also there to hopefully take this flag. Not many people defending, but Without gets a nice shot from across the red base.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Burning and Ed, at least one of them, push up, um, as as they should have realized that their double armor was about to fall, and as a result of them not trying to take control of the middle there, Immortal has for a second time taken or I guess Team Pointers for a second time have taken the Invincible double armor.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Greg with double drops, I think, yet, and it's been about 3.5 minutes in the round.
Yeah, both drop cycles he's unfortunately been unable to get enough support to take his drop, and Team Pointers have done a fantastic job of focusing on that drop.
I mean, I'm not sure. What do you guys think of Mr. Vonka's decision? He picked up his own DA, and then instead of pushing for the flag, actually just went across the whole map to try to help steal Greg's DA. And I mean, it did work out for them, but they didn't really manage to pull with those drops. I mean,
I think maybe in the long run, that's a bit, smarter just because now that double armor isn't going to be as synced up with the Nitro. So maybe that was a smart play in the long run, but we still have yet to see.
So I disagree. I think that double armor would have been taken at the same time, regardless of whether Mr. Wanka pushed over there. I think in the moment, it's hard to make that decision, but it was clear from our spectator point of view that there were three red players pushing for that double armor, and that Mr. Wanka's help was not needed. Um, so I agree, Loy. It was probably not the best decision by him, although I can still understand why he decided to do it. Right now, Mr. Wanka, uncontested for the third time, has taken his double armor. And Mojo is the lone player in the enemy base. Champ has respawned now, but Champ has got to get back to his base. He's got to help Mr. Wanka, or help clear Mr. Wanka, or else this could be a pull for Team Pointers.
Greg got super unlucky with that smoky shot, so he's going to grab that double armor, but he's going to be already down to a third of his health.
Meanwhile, Champ has come back from the middle after helping Greg take his double armor, and has gotten the return here. So a little bit unfortunate that Mr. Wanka didn't have Nitro there, or wasn't able to take the flag as quickly, and it gets returned.
Five
mean,
and a
it
half
looks
minutes
like
into the round.
he did make the right choice there, of going for the flag, and he almost pulled, but I think his teammates, Immortal, Hero Dow, especially with that smoke, he did a good job of making sure Greg was low before he took that double armor. And yeah, so even though they didn't actually steal it, they still did a good job there. And Greg was I think less than half health when he actually took that DA.
Mr. Vanka pulling the flag right now with help from Kusu with double drops. Mr. Vanka's already down to 1 health, but Champ sneaking from behind. Oh, what the? Champ's going to be focused by Pap. Sorry about that.
Ooh, Immortal and Without both on the flag here. Without takes it, but Greg is 4 shots. This could be a return as Champ is also supporting him. Champ takes him out. Ooh, 1 shot. Greg pushing for it and gets the return. Meanwhile, LV on the other side, supported by Burning Desire and Ed, are both pulling. They're pulling the flag, and Team Pointers are going to need to have a real strong push to return this flag.
I do see 5 Team Pointers players now pushing in, but Invincible
Wow.
did a really good job of like focusing them all, Burning Desire with that double damage, and they managed to control the map to the point that LV managed to get a solo capture.
Yeah, Burning Desire there was key. I think he took out 2 of the Team Pointers attackers with that double power, and Team Pointers just didn't focus him. And as a result, round is 1-0 for Invincible, and with just 3 minutes left, Team Pointers, if they want to stay alive, need to capture a flag here.
It was nice there because we saw Invincible. When they took the flag, they didn't have map control, and you saw everyone from Team Pointers attacking, yet Invincible was still able to take them all out, resume control of the flag, and get the capture. So great job by them, both defending and attacking perfectly in sync.
Yeah, the thing with
Yeah.
Forest is if you have control of the right side, it's really easy to get a flag pull. Ooh, what a shot by Immortal, flipping Champ and getting the double power. And Kusu actually has a chance to pull here. He's on Nitro, but LV is coming from behind. And wow, Burning Desire takes out Immortal with that double power. And wow, look at that. Lenyamo also flips, so LV is able to get the return. Man, that was a big play.
Kusu actually did a really good job. He like kind of faked out Mojo over there when he pulled, and he hit him on a really nice shot. But fortunately, they Team Pointers weren't able to capitalize on that little pull there, and was returned.
And meanwhile, Greg now pushing in with Nitro. There is not a single last defender in the Team Pointers base, and Kusu's the only player that is even on that side. So Greg should be able to pull here. He's just got to go. Just go.
From Ed now. Ed has that double damage, hopefully able to take out anyone there to try and get Greg taken out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mojo, Liv, or LV, and Champ are all in their own base. So fantastic job controlling that side. And Greg should be able to get a capture here easily. I think he took one. He got hit one time from the time he took the flag to the time he captured.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there with Team Pointers. They really just had no one on their left side.
Yeah,
it looks
they've
like they
been-
were
they've
all
been-
either on the right side or just spawning in. But
They've been dropping the ball in terms of defense. And a key in this map is to virtually always have someone at that last def position behind the little house. And Team Pointers just haven't had that. So yet again, Pap and Lenyamal pushed in to try to prevent Greg from taking double armor, but Greg has taken double armor and has gotten into the enemy base pretty easily. He's going to take the flag yet again, and with 30 seconds left, this looks like the match is going to be over.
It looks like Greg finally got into sync with his drops. Doesn't really matter anymore because it's a 2-0 lead for Invincible right now. Yeah, 20 seconds left. Looks like Invincible is going to be able to get this round 5 victory, which means that's going to be the last round of today.
Yeah, man, fantastic job by Invincible. They didn't have the greatest showing in Red Alert, but from what we saw in Forest in this round and in Barda in the first 2 rounds, they're a really strong team and they're a force to be reckoned with. So Laws, you guys better watch out. I hope you've been training in these past few days, and I'm excited to see what the outcome of tomorrow's grand final will be.
Yep. Now let's go ahead and pick the winners for the last form. And then we'll be doing our outro. And that's going to be it for today, guys. The winners should be up on your screen. And Loyalty is going to go ahead and read out the winners.
all right, congratulations to Vexter0, 000 and Riyadh the Dark. So congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, that's about it for today's stream. I'm going to go ahead and let Ben say what he wants to say and Loyalty say what they want to say. But yep, that's all I have to say for today, guys. Go ahead and give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Invincible showed that they were a better team in light format today. They've deservingly made it to the grand finals that we will be seeing tomorrow. And yeah, I am really excited, as I said, to see that.
Yeah, I mean, same. I echo everything that Ben says because he's just so brilliant. But yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. We saw a fantastic match. Great job. And congratulations to Invincible.
Invincibles, yeah.
And we'll see them in the grand final tomorrow versus Laws.
Before
Yeah,
we
so
end,
huge
special
thank
thanks
you to
Yeah,
no.
Excite knocked both of our cameras today, and then our team leader, the legend, he's behind the scenes. You guys don't really get to see him, but he's been making sure all this runs perfectly. Thank you to those three, and that's gonna be it.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks.